Hey guys, Stephan Kesting from grapplearts.com here. What I want to show you today are 3 of the most common errors I see with the X guard. The X guard is a form of open guard, or you could even consider it a type of half guard that's super effective, and it dovetails really well with things like the butterfly guard, the deep half guard, and various other forms of half guard. So it's a very, very powerful sweeping position. A lot of people do it wrong. A lot of people have problems with it. I'm going to show you the 3 most common errors, and I'm going to give you my very best tip for developing a really good X guard. So here, with my friend Richie from infighting.ca, we're going to take the basic X guard. You're basically inserting yourself between your opponent's legs. And that takes us to the first error, which is foot position and knee position. It really matters where your feet and your knees go. Your top leg goes in his hip. Your bottom leg goes behind his knee. My ankles form an X. You can also see how my knees are flared out to the side. If I have my knees pointing up at the ceiling, it's really easy for Richie to get off this hook and pass my guard. If I'm here and my knees are flared out, it makes for a much harder time for him to escape because I've got really good control. So flare your knees out, have 1 foot in the hip, 1 foot behind the knee. Now the next mistake, let's spin a little bit more here, is to have his foot down in the crook of your elbow. A lot of people do this. And you see, his knees are fairly close together. If I get his foot up onto my shoulder, it's beginning to split his base. And he's much more unstable. How do I do that? Let's say I end up here with the foot in the crook of the elbow. My favorite way is to grab my hands together, and then I'm going to punch up to the ceiling, like this. If there's too much weight on this foot, go back please. If there's too much weight on this foot, he's a big guy, I kick him away. That makes this foot lighter. It's easy to get this up on the shoulder. Now I keep it up on the shoulder. The third mistake is not off balancing him. We're here. This is a great position. I should be stretching him out. He should be worried about staying upright. I should be moving him backwards, moving him forwards, pushing him away, pulling him close to me. It should be a dynamic position. He should be continuously off balance and worried about falling. When you're doing that, then it makes it really easy to actually do the sweep. And this takes us to the concept that the X guard isn't really a guard if you look at it. It's about 50 or 80% of the way through a sweep. By the time you get to the X guard, you should be thinking to yourself, not, oh, here I am, great, I'm going to hang out here. No, you should be thinking, sweep the guy, sweep the guy, sweep the guy. I did all the hard work to get here, now I'm going to finish him off. Now I'm going to take him down. There's even a few submissions you can do from the X guard. Come back here, Richie, please. Now my number 1 tip for the X guard is to do this drill. Too many people worry about how to get into the X guard. We're here in the butterfly guard, I do a sweep, I reach under here, I grab this, I push here, I insert the legs. The trouble is, your body doesn't yet know the position. So when you're starting, do this. Just come here. Don't worry about an entry. Just get into the X guard, even if somebody has to put your hand in the right place, put your feet in the right place, and then from here, just practice moving the guy around. Rich is going to give me 10% resistance, hardly any at all. All I'm going to do is gently shake him around, make him step this way, make him step backwards, make him step away. What I'm doing here is I'm teaching myself basic off-balancing, and also it makes my body feel that this is normal. This is a normal position. Then, once your body has learned the basics, the basic position, when you have some fancy entry, it already knows where the final point is, what the destination is. You'll be able to find your route to the destination so much more easily if you already have some concept of what the final position is supposed to look like, and more importantly, feel like. So, number 1, make sure your knees are out, make sure your feet are in the right position. Number 2, don't have his heel in the crook of your arm, have it up on the shoulder. This stretches him out. Number 3, continuously off balance him, look for the sweeps. There's lots of good sweeps from the X guard. Basically, you should be 80% of the way to being on top. And then the bonus training tip is to, before you learn the entries into the X guard and the finishes to the X guard, just put them in there and shake them around. And it may not seem like you're doing a lot, but you're really teaching your body the final position, and it'll really make learning the X guard 10 times easier.